Is it true you still put mustard and onions on everything? Because I read that helped you lose weight. It's the only thing you could use that didn't have any fat in it, at least mustard.
Yeah, no, I had to go on a salt-free diet, but not just the salt shaker. I had to eat foods that had no salt in it, and it's amazing, like 98% of everything you eat naturally has salt in it. So what I was allowed to eat all tasted like cardboard, and the only thing that doesn't have salt in it that has any kind of, oomph is mustard and onions. So I put them on my Cheerios in the
I'm going
morning
to try that. I'm going to try that. Do you find that the feedback from that for people who have read the book say, oh, that's just made up for people who want to cheat, that's not a real addiction?
No, actually, I've had quite a few women tell me that it really helped them deal with things they haven't dealt with. And there are a lot of women that are dealing with it.
And there are support groups for it as well. It's not a made-up.
It's a real issue.
So enterovirus, doctor, is basically a variation of the cold virus. Is that right?
Well, it acts like a cold virus. That's very right, Susan. And it's spreading very rapidly among children. It's active in over 40 states. I think the start of school, bringing children together, has been an ideal environment for this virus to spread. Most of the children have a very mild illness. They'll get over it very quickly, but some develop some difficulty breathing or even an asthma attack. They should get medical care right away.
Tell me a little bit about each dog here. We know Sprite.
Sure, we know Sprite. This is Rummy, and Rummy's a lab and about 7 months old, so lots of training needed.
Who's that little guy who's staring at us?
Flanders. So Flanders is a chug, a Chihuahua pug.
Oh, so sweet.
He's about a year, so still needs a little training.
What if someone wants an adult dog? Is that available as well? I'm sure, right?
Oh, yes. We have adult dogs, and actually Bullet is about 2, so technically an adult, and he's one of our special needs cases. He actually was shot in the chest.
Wow.
And we took him in as a rehabilitation case, and he's all better and looking for just a loving home, someone to take care of him.
This show was an amazing experience overall, and really required me kind of losing myself and becoming this character. In the previous acting I'd done in shows like Hawaii Five-0 and Smash and some of those, I never really had a chance to go there with it. But this role and this show in particular kind of opened that door up. And my character faces some harsh realities pretty early in this season, and he has to kind of pick up the pieces. And in that, there's a lot of self-discovery, and sexuality in general is a big part of that. And we get to go on that journey with him and see, where it goes.
This one is something that you could use more as a decoration around your house. 3 different ideas for votive candles, all fall themed. One of them called for acorns, but we're going to try it with just these fall rocks. You just fill up the mason jar with 3 different types of fall things. These are little pumpkins. These are little kernels of corn. And for your table setting, little relatives. How cool is that? And super easy. I love that. All right, guys, we're doing rapid style today. 45 seconds on the clock. Joey, I'll start with you. Lots of moving parts here and information to this story. Where do you begin in a case like this, especially as an attorney?
Now, certainly the prosecution will want all the prior conduct of Jesse Matthew in terms of past allegations of sexual misconduct. And, of course, the defense will say that bears no relevance to this case. So there's a long way to hoe. He's innocent until proven guilty at this point, but certainly it's piling up, and a lot of things are pointing to criminal culpability.
His life needs to be put under a microscope. Who does he hang out with? Who are his friends? Where does he work? Where does he play? Does he go hiking? Does he camp? Does he have a storage unit? Retrace every step of his life, and that's going to lead you to Hannah. And that's what I want to see the police doing right now. All the DNA, all the other stuff can wait until we find Hannah. That's the focus right now.
I mean, take a look at this. Just Google women's Halloween costumes, Alicia. The images come up. 99% have an ultra mini skirt, stiletto heels, and fishnet costumes. Why do you think this is going on?
You know what? It's funny because Halloween outside of Mardi Gras is like the one time of the year where we can just release our inner vixen with no judgment. You know, so it's I don't know, like, I don't mind having a little fun during Halloween. Sometimes I like to have my flesh balanced, but everything's either skin tight or like butt all hanging out, boobs flapping in the air, you know, so it's challenging. Yeah.